You think you are hungry, your stomach feels empty, your mind fixates on food. Every instinct tells you to eat. But here is the truth. Most of what you call hunger is not hunger at all. Your body learned to send hunger signals for reasons that have nothing to do with needing fuel. Boredom, stress, habit, emotion, the clock striking noon. These triggers feel identical to real hunger, but they are completely different signals with completely different causes. And until you can tell them apart, you will keep eating when your body does not actually need food. This is not about willpower. This is about understanding the different voices pretending to be hunger and learning which ones to listen to. Think about the last time you felt hungry. Was your stomach actually empty? Had it been hours since your last meal? Or did you just see food, smell food, feel stressed, feel bored, or notice it was your usual eating time? Most people cannot answer this question honestly because they have never stopped to ask it. Hunger feels like one thing, a single signal telling you to eat, but it is not one thing. It is at least 4 different signals, each with different triggers, different purposes, and different solutions. Your body is not broken for sending these signals. Your body adapted to the patterns you created, and those patterns taught it when to ask for food, whether you need it or not. Let us use an analogy that makes this clear. Think of your body like a house with 4 different doorbells. Each doorbell makes a sound. Each sound tells you someone is at the door, but the visitors are completely different. One doorbell is connected to a delivery driver bringing fuel you actually ordered. This is real hunger. Another doorbell is connected to a salesman who shows up at the same time every day, whether you need anything or not. This is habitual hunger. A third doorbell rings whenever you feel lonely, stressed, or sad, hoping food will make the feeling go away. This is emotional hunger. And the fourth doorbell rings whenever you see or smell something appealing, even if you just ate. This is sensory hunger. All 4 doorbells sound similar. All 4 make you think someone important is at the door, but only one of them is delivering something you actually need. Real hunger. This is the signal your body sends when it genuinely needs fuel. Your stomach has been empty for hours. Blood sugar has dropped. Energy stores are running low. The body sends a clear message. It is time to eat. Real hunger builds gradually. It does not appear suddenly out of nowhere. It is patient. It can wait. It is not attached to any specific food. When you are truly hungry, a simple meal sounds satisfying. An apple sounds good. Chicken and vegetables sound good. You are not craving cake specifically or chips specifically. You just need fuel. Real hunger also goes away completely once you eat enough. The signal stops because the need has been met. This is how hunger was designed to work. A feedback loop between need and satisfaction. But here is the problem. Most modern humans rarely experience real hunger. We eat before it arrives. We snack to prevent it. We are so afraid of feeling hungry that we never let the tank get low enough to trigger the genuine signal. And because we avoid real hunger, we lose the ability to recognize it. We forget what it actually feels like. So when other signals arrive, habit, emotion, sensory triggers, we assume they must be hunger, too. We answer every doorbell as if a delivery driver is standing there, but most of the time, it is not. Habitual hunger. This is the signal your body sends because it expects food at certain times, whether you need it or not. Your body runs on patterns. It learns from repetition. If you eat breakfast at 7 a.m. every day, your hunger hormone, ghrelin, learns to spike at 7 a.m. If you snack at 3 p.m. every day, ghrelin spikes at 3 p.m. This is not your body telling you it needs fuel. This is your body telling you it is time for the scheduled delivery. The pattern created the expectation, and the expectation feels exactly like hunger. Here is what your body actually learns. Food comes at these times, so prepare for it. Ghrelin rises. Stomach acid increases. Saliva production starts. Your entire digestive system gets ready for food that it has been trained to expect. This is not need, this is conditioning, and this is where it gets interesting. Habitual hunger is completely retrainable. If you stop eating at 7 a.m., ghrelin will keep spiking at 7 a.m. for a few days. Then it adapts. It learns the new pattern. Within 1 to 2 weeks, the morning hunger disappears because your body no longer expects food at that time. The doorbell stops ringing. This is proof that habitual hunger was never about need. It was about schedule. And schedules can be changed. Emotional hunger. This is the signal your body sends when you are not hungry for food. You are hungry for something else. Comfort, relief, distraction, connection. Emotional hunger is not really about the stomach at all. It is about the brain seeking a quick hit of dopamine to escape an uncomfortable feeling. Stress triggers it. Loneliness triggers it. Boredom triggers it. Anxiety triggers it. Sadness triggers it. Even positive emotions like celebration can trigger it. The brain learned that food provides temporary pleasure, so it requests food whenever it wants to change how you feel. Here is how to tell the difference. Emotional hunger appears suddenly, often out of nowhere. Real hunger builds gradually. Emotional hunger demands specific foods, usually highly palatable combinations of sugar, salt, and fat. Real hunger is satisfied by any nutritious meal. Emotional hunger lives in your head, not your stomach. You think about food obsessively. You picture it. You crave the experience of eating it. Real hunger lives in your body, a physical sensation of emptiness. And here is the clearest sign. Emotional hunger does not go away when you eat. You can finish an entire bag of chips and still feel the urge to keep eating because you were never hungry for chips. You were hungry for relief. And relief does not come from food. This leads to a bigger problem. Every time you answer emotional hunger with food, you reinforce the pattern. Your brain learns that stress equals eating, sadness equals eating, boredom equals eating. The connection gets stronger each time. What started as an occasional response becomes an automatic habit. The emotional doorbell rings, and you answer with food without even thinking. You are not weak. You are conditioned. Your body learned this response because you taught it, probably without realizing you were teaching anything at all. Sensory hunger. This is the signal your body sends when you see, smell, or think about appealing food, regardless of whether you need to eat. You walk past a bakery and suddenly want a croissant. You see a commercial for pizza and start craving pizza. Someone mentions ice cream, and now ice cream is all you can think about. This is not your body asking for fuel. This is your brain responding to environmental triggers. In a world where food cues are everywhere, advertisements, social media, break rooms, restaurants on every corner, sensory hunger fires constantly. Your brain evolved in an environment where food was scarce. Seeing food meant opportunity. The brain said, grab it now, because who knows when you will see food again. That programming still runs, but now we live surrounded by food cues 24 hours a day. The ancient signal that once kept us alive now drives us to overeat. And this is the part most people never realize. These 4 types of hunger, real, habitual, emotional, sensory, feel almost identical in the moment. The doorbell rings. You feel the urge to eat. Your brain tells you that you are hungry. But the source of the signal is completely different, and so is the appropriate response. Real hunger requires food. Habitual hunger requires patience while your hormones recalibrate. Emotional hunger requires addressing the underlying feeling. Sensory hunger requires recognizing the trigger and letting it pass. If you respond to all 4 the same way, by eating, you will constantly consume food you do not need. You will gain weight without understanding why. You will feel out of control around food when really you just never learned to distinguish the signals. Here is how to tell them apart in real time. When you feel hungry, pause. Ask yourself, when did I last eat? If it has been many hours and your stomach feels physically empty, this is likely real hunger. Eat. If you ate recently, but it is your usual snack time, this is likely habitual hunger. Wait 15 minutes. The urge will often pass. If you ate recently, but you feel stressed, sad, bored, or anxious, this is likely emotional hunger. Address the emotion directly. Walk, breathe, call someone, journal, do anything except eat. If you just saw or smelled food and suddenly want it despite not being hungry moments ago, this is sensory hunger. Acknowledge the trigger and move on. The craving will fade within minutes if you do not feed it. This is not about ignoring hunger. This is about responding appropriately to each type. Real hunger deserves food. Habitual hunger deserves time. Emotional hunger deserves attention. Sensory hunger deserves awareness. When you start responding correctly, something shifts. You eat less without trying. You feel more in control. The constant mental noise about food quiets down. You realize how much of your eating was driven by signals that had nothing to do with physical need. Now let us talk about retraining. Habitual hunger is the easiest to fix. Change the pattern and the hormones follow. If you want to stop eating breakfast, simply stop eating breakfast for 2 weeks. Ghrelin will adapt. The morning doorbell will stop ringing. Emotional hunger takes more work. You have to learn to sit with uncomfortable feelings instead of eating them away. You have to find other ways to soothe yourself. Movement. connection, rest, creativity. This is deeper work, but it is the most transformative. People who break emotional eating often say they feel free for the first time in their lives. Sensory hunger requires environmental awareness. Notice your triggers. Limit exposure when possible. And when you cannot avoid the trigger, simply name it. This is sensory hunger, not real hunger. Naming it takes away its power. Your body is always learning from the patterns you create. Every time you eat when not truly hungry, you reinforce the false signals. Every time you pause and respond appropriately, you weaken them. This is not about perfection. It is about awareness. It is about understanding that hunger is not a single voice, but a committee. And not everyone on that committee has your best interests at heart. Real hunger is your body's honest request for fuel. Answer it with nourishing food. Habitual hunger is a schedule, not a need. It can be rewritten. Emotional hunger is a call for something food cannot provide. Find what you actually need. Sensory hunger is your ancient brain reacting to a modern world full of triggers. Acknowledge it and let it pass. Your body is not broken. Your hunger signals are not enemies. They are just messengers, some delivering important information, some following old patterns, some asking for help in the wrong way. Once you understand who is ringing which doorbell, you stop answering every bell with food. You eat when you need to eat. You address emotions when you need to address emotions. You wait out habits while they recalibrate. You ignore triggers that do not serve you. The question is not how to stop feeling hungry. The question is, which hunger are you feeling? And what does that hunger actually need? If you understand this, everything changes.